What's up, everybody? This is Fritz with another episode here of Sneakerhead Ambition. Today we're going to be talking about discount stores and how you can get inventory from there. Just as a blanket term, I'll be referring to discount stores as Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory. This is a great option if you are just starting off to not spend too much money, since the inventory is usually relatively cheap there. And you can also find great margins if you're trying to just kind of buffer up your inventory with shoes that you're getting online and add this to it. That is also a great idea. All right, first, find the stores that are closest to you and make a plan to visit them every single day for a week or two. This is going to help you get a feel for kind of what they have to offer, the price ranges, when they restock, just the general layout, what to look for. And the only way you're going to build up that experience is by going. So even if you don't walk away with something every time, you're going to get a better feel for the stores and what you're looking for. And again, going to these stores and knowing them inside and out does not happen. You can't have months of experience in one day. So again, I suggest going, just looking around, look in the men's section, look in the kids section, look in the women's section, and just learn the layout of the stores, learn the price ranges you're looking at. You can check on your phone. A lot of different things you can learn every single time you go. Now, as you kind of go from store to store and go to more of them in your area, take notes. I know this seems a little extreme for some people, but you need to be taking notes of like how, when you go there, how often do they have things? So you can kind of know, some of the stores I might prioritize, some I might not. But again, you need to be kind of taking notes on what stores have been profitable, when they've been profitable. Maybe you went early in the morning, maybe you went late at night. All of these data points are going to help you just have a better idea of what you're looking at and looking for. And again, this is going to take time, right? You can't really know a store that well after a month. Even if you've been going for a month or two, you've still only seen a quarter of their inventory and turnover. So just make sure that every time you go, even if it's months from now and you've been doing this every single day, that you're continuing to learn, you're continuing to think about what time of the year inventory is coming in, when they have the most stuff. All of that is going to help you just have a better plan. And like I said, just understand the stores and what you're looking for better. So obviously the first time you go, it's going to be a learning experience. You're not going to know where the stores are. You're going to have to find them. One might be across the street. One might be across the highway if there's a couple in the same area, but it's going to be a learning experience. Again, you need to learn where to park, what the hours are, how to get in and out of stores quickly, which ones to prioritize. And all of this, again, if you are learning every time and really thinking about what you're doing, it'll get faster and faster and more efficient. Next, you need to have a detailed plan when you're getting your routing together or your travel plan together. This, like everything else, will improve over time, but you need to start strategically planning where you go, how many stores you can get to within an hour or two based on what time you have available. The first time you're doing this, I would recommend, getting on Google Maps and bringing up side-by-side maps of Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Burlington Coat Factory. If you can do that and you can plan a route where you can kind of, trail along a highway or an interstate and hit stores along that way, it's going to be helpful. So try to, again, look for the most efficient route that you can take where you can hit stores just following a road, and that's probably going to be your best bet. So I obviously have been doing this a while. Eventually you'll get to the point where you have a couple different routes that you can do based on your time, right? If it's at the end of the day and you've got an hour or two, have a loop that you can hit, 4 or 5 stores rather quickly. If it's a weekend and you've got 5-6 hours, have loops that you hit that take a little longer but get to more stores. And this can even go to the extent of, I've planned where I've driven 3 or 4 hours north at 5 a.m., hit the stores just winding back down the interstate the whole way. So again, I've gotten to the point where I've been able to hit 25 plus stores in a day. So just continue to learn, continue to plan, and you'll be able to find out better and better routes to hit. And again, as you learn, right, you can adapt, you can pivot. If there's a sale coming up, or if you're in another area for like a Nike outlet, you can start adding all of these spots to your route. So just, again, the big theme, right? Put time into planning, especially at the beginning when you don't know the stores in the area and you don't really have a good idea what you're doing. All right, next, a big one. You need to have a budget or financial plan kind of set out before you start. This is especially important if you are just starting out in a business and don't really, know what you're looking for. Have a preset budget before you go out. This might seem obvious, but again, have a preset idea of what you're willing to spend and what you're trying to get out of each item. I would recommend at discount stores, when you're starting off, going for at least doubling or tripling your money. Again, this is going to be a learning process, but don't just buy everything you find if you're starting off. Sometimes that inventory can take longer to move, so try to really have strict parameters before you head out. And again, when you're starting out, it's okay to skip some items that you may have been able to sell. Just take it as a learning experience. If you stick to items that you're gonna double, triple your money, you should be good to go, and you can kind of make some learning mistakes along the way. If you go out and buy a bunch of inventory that has slim margins and you're just starting out, you could be tying up a bunch of capital. So really try to make a plan before you go out and stick to that plan. And finally, this is a big one. Make sure that you are checking the prices of sales on the shoes that you are buying. I often get asked, how do you know what to buy? How do you know what's going to sell? You can check on all the platforms, before you buy, whether something's selling, how much it's selling for. So I have a fairly good idea at this point what I'm looking for and what things sell for. But if you're starting off, no worries. So all you need to do, right, when you find a shoe, look inside the tag on the size tag and look for the SKU number. If you find the SKU number, you can input that on different platforms and check how often the shoe is sold for and how much. So on eBay, GOAT, StockX, you can type that number directly into the search and it's going to show you how often that item is sold and for how much. You can also look for it on Poshmark, which is another platform I sell on, but you would have to type that in. But this is going to give you a very good idea of the market for the shoe that you're looking at. Make sure when you're doing this that you're looking at the sold category, not just listings. Some things that you're going to want to think about when you're looking at this is obviously the sale price, right? You need to know what the shoe's selling for. 2, how many of the shoes have sold in the past 2 to 3 months. And 3, whether or not that number is kind of tailing off as you go. Sometimes a new shoe will be selling for a lot more right when it comes out and will start to dip after that. So those are some things that you definitely want to consider when buying that shoe. And again, looking at those numbers in detail is really going to help. Sometimes a shoe can really flood the market, so they could have had really good sales 2 months ago and the sales are starting to dip. Just always check this, and it's going to help you just continue to improve your knowledge base and understanding of what sells and for how much. This also really helps lower the risk of what you're buying. Sometimes a shoe, once you check these comps, is going to be like, duh, we should obviously buy this. So again, this is really going to lower the risk, and this is how you can go out and be relatively confident in what you're buying, even if it's only your first couple times sourcing. So just reviewing those real quick, right? First, we've got go to the stores that are closest to your house every single day for a week or 2. This is going to help you learn the stores. 2, make sure that you really plan out your routing before you start so that you're making the most efficient trip. 3, make sure that you have a budget that you're sticking to and planned ahead of time. And 4, make sure that you are checking every single sale on the different platforms that you're selling on for the shoes that you're looking at. So I know I've said this multiple times this video already, but you really need to go often to get the benefit from this and to really learn the stores. Go out with a purpose, and when you go into the stores, even if you don't find inventory, take notes, and that'll help refine your routing the next time. So if you guys think I missed anything or have any other questions, just drop them in the chat box below. The next episode I have in a couple days is going to be on what you should do when you're starting out botting. So if that's something that you're interested, check back in, and I'll see you guys next time.